Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's tips. It's round 17. We're getting to the nitty gritty of the season, so every game from here on out is going to be very important. And we've got some blockbusters this weekend, so yeah, expect it to be a really good round. So let's jump straight into it with Friday night footy. We've got Collingwood versus Essendon. Now, I forgot to do my highlighter. As you can see, Dylan Shield comes into the team, which is he hasn't been in all season. At least I don't think so. And Collingwood just trying to make ends meet with Sullivan, McCreery, Noble. It's out Heppel. That's a big one. Goldstein managed. In hindsight, Goldstein's been their best ruckman, so this is a big out. Now, everyone knows I'm a Collingwood supporter, so I think Collingwood will win this one. But having said that, just going off what I see game to game, Todd Goldstein, like I said, best ruckman for them. Draper, yeah, he did have it over Grundy way back when, but he doesn't have it over Cameron. So I have a feeling that in the middle of the ground, Essendon are going to, well, they're not going to struggle, but they're just not going to win the taps, which is very important. And Collingwood have been struggling to score. They need that slingshot footy, and that's how they work their magic. And Essendon, well, they've been lackluster the past 4 or 5 weeks. So I just think that it's one of those games where Collingwood's, I can't do much other than just colour it in. So yeah, Collingwood for me on this game. In fact, I'll change the colour of that to yellow. Oh, that doesn't work either. Okay, well, that's great. I mean, I could do pen in colour green. Yeah, no, that doesn't work either. Okay, well, yeah, so Collingwood for the first game. Yeah. Moving on to Saturday footy. And first up, we got Fremantle versus Richmond. Now, Richmond have been gallant last couple of weeks, but just not really there, So, Brendan Cox comes in. Cumberland comes in. Dustin Martin managed. He's not well at the moment with his back injury. Not very many big differences here. Richmond are just going to still be the same as they have been, so I think Fremantle here will win, and I'm pretty confident in that. Moving on to Geelong Cats versus Hawthorn. Now, I think I tipped the Hawks in this one. Oliver Henry comes back in, which is great. Luke Bruce in, Mitch Lewis in, that's good. James Sicily injured, that's a huge out. But I still think Hawthorn will win this game. Yeah. GMHBA Stadium, Hawthorn are on fire at the moment. The Cats, well, yeah. Gary Rowan, 200th game. Yeah, I just think Hawthorn will win this game. It'll be a close one anyway. Yeah, but Hawthorn are definitely the informed team of the competition. In fact, all the stats are pointing towards them playing finals and doing well in finals. They're doing that good. With the Cats, they have something to prove in this game, and don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Next up, we have the Giants versus Carlton. Now, Josh Kelly injured. That's huge. Tom De Koning back in after being managed. That's kind of huge. Carlton here are going to win. George Hewitt admitted he's been struggling recently to get into the team. He was sub last week, which I thought was really weird, because last year when Carlton were on fire, Hewitt was a part of their brigade. He was doing really well. He was a loyal servant at Sydney, and I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. I don't think Cadman comes in, that's good. I don't know these other two. I just don't think the Giants can withstand Carlton's midfield dominance. They're just too strong. And even if this is at home for the Giants, Carlton will win this game, I think, pretty comfortably. Next up, we have North versus Gold Coast Suns. I think the Gold Coast Suns finally going to win away from home. Jared Witts, their ruckman, out. Now I do know in the past that Jared Witts has been their shining light. They pretty much all of their wins, he's been in the team. That's excluding what's happened this year. Just over the past 5-6 years, Jared Witts has been their beacon, and so that's the only difference that I can see in this game. Like, oh, they need Witts to win, but do they? I reckon they're good enough here. I think they'll get their first away win for the season and triumph over North Melbourne. So yeah. Next up, we have Port Adelaide versus Western Bulldogs. Now, I just don't know. Not many big. The youngster Burgoyne comes in. Huge outs for the Bulldogs. Jones and Waitman, they're huge. But still, I think what the Western Bulldogs did last week was brilliant. Putting lower back was a good move, and I think they'll continue with that this week, and they'll be able to get the job done. Bontempelli is just carrying at the moment. He's a star, so I think he'll just do what he always does, and they'll win this game. And they've been tagging, so they might tag Butters again, which is what's been happening in recent weeks. Butters is getting tagged a lot, and it should be a surefire win from there. Okay, so moving on to Sunday footy, we've got 3 games. First off, we got Brisbane Lions versus Adelaide Crows. Adelaide did pretty well last week, which was really impressive, but I think at the Gabba, Brisbane Lions are in form. Their defensive structure is still not quite there, but Darcy Fort comes back in, which will help. Payne, another half back flankman, that will really help. Brodie Smith, and that's pretty much all there is to say here. Sam Berry, the brother of the Berry boys, so this will be Berry versus Berry. And Rochelle, 50th game. Can't believe it's been that long since he started playing. That's good on him. But yeah, I think Brisbane Lions will win this game. It's a pretty straightforward game. It could be interesting. It might be interesting, but I just think Brisbane Lions too strong at home. Now, next up we have. Now I've got my games around the wrong way, I think. I've got Melbourne versus West Coast Eagles. I think West Coast have really fallen off. I think they're starting to think about holiday season. They want to go to Bali and all that. I don't know what's wrong with them. Petty injured. Bowie comes back in. That's good. Salem comes back in. Melksham, not quite keen on him, but he still tries pretty hard. A lot of youngsters coming into the Eagles team. But still, yeah, Melbourne here easily at the MCG. Then we got, last up, we got St Kilda versus Sydney Swans, and yeah, these games are definitely around the wrong way on Sunday. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, so I just don't think St Kilda are a very good team. Look, Max King injured, yeah, that's huge. Philippou though comes in, so that's a good up for them, and Tim Membry. So they trade 2 forwards for 1. So I reckon these 2 forwards are better than Max King at the moment. Ben Patton, didn't he retire? I don't know. Yeah, well, not really much problems for Sydney. Yeah, I think they'll get back into their winning form, and this will be another win for them here. Marvel Stadium, Sydney Swans, they'll be right there. But yeah. So yeah, just to show you how serious I am about these games, I've placed a bet, and I'm going to do that every week from now on. and as you can see, it's just $5. But you know, if I get everything right, then that's a nice little payday for me. So yeah, yeah. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do gaming content as well. And as always, be good to your mother, and I'll see you next time. Peace.